Hello, this is the first video on my channel. Haven't really found like a niche yet, but I'm sure I'll get there. So I'm just gonna start recording for some stuff. And my first ever video, what is it gonna be? It is going to be things that I love and hate about one of my favorite games of all time, SUPERHOT. Now, SUPERHOT, if you don't know, it's a single-player sort of PvE shooter. But the gimmick is, time only moves when your character is moving. It's a very fun game. It's relatively inexpensive. I would recommend pick it up. I think it's on Steam, but I would recommend everyone play it. But I'm gonna just give my unbiased, unsponsored review of this game. So, starting off, what I love and hate about SUPERHOT. Starting off with what I love. I love spoilers ahead, obviously. I love the subtle world building it gives you. At first, it just seems like a video game for the sake of a video game. And then, as you play it, you realize, wait, I am in this, my player character is playing a video game. Yada, yada, yada. I don't want to spoil too much. I want you to be able to watch the video without having the game totally spoiled. And another thing I love, I mentioned the gimmick. Time only moves when you move. I love this gimmick. A lot of gimmicky games, I can't get behind a lot of gimmicky games. But this one just works so well. Like, it makes you feel like the Flash. Because, like, when you speed it up, it looks like you're just... Because at the end of each level, you can speed up your recording. When you do that, it makes you look like John Wick just destroying people at lightning speed. It is so much fun. And another thing I love about this game, the graphics. The graphics are a ton of fun. It's all white. All the backgrounds are white. All the weapons and grabbables are gray, so they stand out from the white, like dark gray, so they stand out from the white. And all the enemies are red. They really stand out. And another thing I really love is, towards the end of the game, major spoilers ahead, you start doing less just mindless PvE missions and more missions that feel like real and realistic. And I don't know about anyone else who's played the game, but when I got to a certain point in the game, I had like an "Are we the bad guys" moment. Like, I'm not sure what movie it's from. I know it's a meme, but like, I realized, hey, I may be the protagonist of this game, but I don't know if I'm actually the quote-unquote good guy. Because some of the stuff they make you do in the game, some of the missions they give you, it's I would say questionable at best. So that's a bunch of fun. And another thing I love about this game, it is a story-based game. You do the missions in order, and then the story's over. It's got replayability, though. You can replay the story, and it's still fun. But once you finish the story, it lets you go back to some levels, and it gives you completely new levels sometimes. And it just gives you, like, an infinite COD Zombies style waves of enemies that just keep coming until you lose. And I have played this game. I've sunk so many hours into this game. I don't even know how many. And I haven't even unlocked all of the levels. Like, this game just never gets old for me. I could rant and rave about this game for hours and hours. Don't want to spoil too much, though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on to what I hate about this game. And to be honest, there's not much, but like the couple things that I do have are pretty major. Alright, for the things I hate, the first thing I have is there's no real tutorial. Like, technically speaking, there is a tutorial, but there's no real, like, and this may just be a skill issue. If you can do this, great. There's no real, like, hint button for levels. You have to look it up online just from third-party sources, which I personally don't like to do. I like figuring it out on my own. And it's possible. Every time you play a level, you will get better. But there's no built-in hint. And a lot of the levels call this a skill issue all you want, but a lot of the levels I really struggled with beating, and I put down the game for like weeks or months on end a couple times because of just these levels that get really frustrating when you just can't figure out how to actually beat them. And along with that, another minor spoiler about Superhot here, moving on to the next thing I hate, another minor spoiler is Superhot and Superhot VR are two different games. Superhot VR is not just Superhot in VR, it's got a different storyline. And I really hate that a good chunk of the storyline and lore are locked behind a virtual reality headset. And I understand you can watch playthroughs, but it's just not the same. Having to buy a $500-600 headset just to experience another part of the story of a game that you love is it's not fun, man. Overall, those are really the only two things I hate. I love Superhot. I think it's a great game. I would recommend anyone to play it who likes shooter games. But overall, I'd give Superhot a 9 out of 10. Overall, it's much better than it is bad. I'm cutting that out. Good lord. Overall, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a great game for anyone who loves shooters. There are just a couple glaring issues that can't really be fixed if you keep the identity of the game, but it's not enough to make it a bad game. Anyway, first video. I'm sure that my videos will get a lot more polished after this. I hope you enjoyed me getting destroyed at Minecraft parkour in the background, and farewell.